Hey friends, this is the Miss Wolfie from our half acre homestead, and today we are making stuffed meatloaf. Bacon wrapped stuffed meatloaf. Oh yeah, I'm at it again. So here's what you're going to need, and it's a lot, but it's not a lot. You're going to need some fresh ground beef, which I'm going to probably only use half of this. You're going to need some cheese, 1 large egg or 2 small. These are called medium, but they're actually small. The rest of our good bacon, some broccoli, you guessed it, some cheese, and some onions. So first things first, we want to make the meatloaf, and that means, oh, and I've got 4 slices of bread chopped up into crumbs. Oh, into the chopper this goes, and we've got our onions ready. 1.3 kilograms, so it is probably 3 pounds of hamburger. And Briar's coming tonight, so I'm going to use 2/3 of this. You can't see it, but this side has got a lot more because it kind of leaned that way when it was in the bag. Okay, I had to change my clothes. The cold snap seems to be over and I was getting hot. All right, so now I'm going to put on some gloves because I've been digging with my plants. I'm not overly fond of the feel of my hands in hamburger anymore. I think it might be the arthritis. It doesn't like the handling of the cold meat. This is about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of hamburger. And I'm going to put in a handful of onions. Okay. Some pepper. Some garlic. Because, yeah, garlic's really good for you. 2 eggs, and I made my own mistake by cracking it on the bowl, but I was lucky I didn't get any shells this time. And breadcrumbs. Now if you want, we're going to save some of these breadcrumbs for the stuffing, okay? Kind of glue everything together. So now we're just going to mix our meatloaf. You can add ketchup, you can add whatever you want. But I'm going to be putting enough things inside this meatloaf that it really doesn't need a lot. Oh, I almost missed an egg there. Why do we use bread? We put bread in our meatloaf because most meat has fat in it, and we want it to stay fairly solid. All right, now I have a regular loaf pan lined, and I'm going to take about 2/3 of this meatloaf, and I'm going to push it in here, right? Let's see if that's enough. Then I'm going to take this spaghetti jar, I'm going to push it down in like that. Pull it out. Look at that. You may have something fancy. All I got is a spaghetti sauce jar. And I want to make it as even as possible. Alrighty. We will set this aside. Now you know where I'm going with this. So, we're going to take some broccoli florets here. Now I have parboiled these. Let's make some more room in the ends, eh? I boiled these for just a couple of minutes to, so that they don't retain a whole lot of water. It looks like I might have too much broccoli cooked, but that's okay. We'll fix it. Push this right up so you can just fill this right up as much as you can. Well, now let's put some onions in there. I should have mixed these up separately, you know that? But that's okay. That's okay. We're just going to stuff it. And we're going to scatter some more breadcrumbs in here. Why? To soak up the juices from the raw onions and the partially cooked broccoli. Right? So we're just going to kind of scatter that all in there. Press it down. Press it down. Make sure we got lots of broccoli all through. Yeah, baby. I'm just going to keep pushing that down in. There. Now. Oh, we missed a couple of onions. So now, I'm going to take some cheddar cheese. You do you. And I'm just going to slice this into sections. And I'm going to start laying them lengthwise all over top. This is a really fancy meatloaf, folks. I've never made this before, but it came to me when I saw broccoli on sale and hamburger on sale, and it made me think of those Papa burgers. You know, those Papa Wolfie. Okay, we're just gonna tuck some cheese down all around there. All right, now we're gonna take our lid, leaving some of it behind, but we're just going to press this into a long patty. And this is why I left some in the pot. So we can just do this. And make sure it gets down in there and is touching the original meatloaf, okay? Just like that. Okay, now I'm going to put this in the fridge to set up. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I'm going to put this in the fridge to set up while I make my bacon weave. Now, there are going to be some people who are not going to be happy with the way I'm going to cook this. Note that when I cook with foil pans, I usually line with parchment. Not when I'm cooking with bacon. Why? Because if you line your foil with parchment, it won't get crispy. I think that's about the length of the meatloaf. So, try and keep your bacon close together so you get the full weave. And try and save some bacon for holes. All right, now we have this much bacon left to figure it out. Okay, let's get our meatloaf. Let's slide this aside for a second. And let's take our meatloaf out of the pan. Make sure it's all squished together. And this is why I chilled it. And we just flop it right over. Oh, we got some broccoli there. Look at that. It's almost a perfect fit. Almost. We did miss some meat here. Oh well. Now, yeah, I'm going to see that this is... Let's try this. Because I think, yeah, the bacon should come up to the sides here. Oh, it's close. We're almost out of bacon, so let's just make a rough weave here. And yeah. Okay. Now, we don't have any for the ends. That's all right, because this should pull over. All right, now, you can see what's happening here is I'm going to roll this up like this, and then I'm going to take the ends in, and I'm going to squeeze. Whoops! Try not to break your tin foil. I'm going to squeeze this all together. Okay. Now this is going to go into a 350-degree oven for about an hour. Okay. I actually let this cool down a little bit. So, let's see if my experiment worked. Well, there's a lot of juice coming out of there. Oh, you know what? It still didn't toast up. So you know what? I'm going to put this back on the broiler pan without the foil, and I'm going to give it a toast. Hey, I've rolled it. Look at that weave. I've rolled it onto the broiler pan again, and I'm going to use our old friend, the grate, to hold the bacon on, and I'm going to put it onto the broiler for about 5-10 minutes. Alrighty. Let's have a look at this. Now, I know the ends are going to be more beef than anything else. Oh my goodness, isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. Chicka bow wow. All right, I'm gonna make Daddy up a plate with some mashed potatoes, and hopefully you'll see his thumbs up when he comes in. This is broccoli, cheese, onion stuffed meatloaf, wrapped in bacon.
Everything goes with bacon.
Everything's better with bacon. Look at your girl.
Let's see here. It's awesome.
Thank you, honey. This is Miss Wolfie from our half-acre homestead. What'll I think of next? Take care. God bless.